Hey, what's going on? Good morning, YouTube.
Good morning, YouTube.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Say good morning, YouTube.
Good morning, YouTube.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
She ain't happy this morning. Up, got him up doing work. So, this is the real grind. Getting your kids up in the morning, getting them fed, and getting them on to their assignments in the morning. The real grind. But we're gonna get to the lot here in a little bit, in a couple hours, and then I'll explain all the auction lights to you guys. This is good information for dealers and public. I know I went over it slightly in my auction policy video, but I'll go over some more. So let's get to it. So what's going on? Had the kiddos doing some work, and back at the office now, so I can do some work. So today I want to just go over to you guys. This is going to be helpful for public dealers, people who wants to start selling cars and go to the auction, because people go to the auctions and they'll buy some cars and not knowing what those lights, because usually it's the auctioneer out there, and then it's the, I don't know if you call it a dude on the floor auctioneer as well, but I call them both auctioneers. So it's the auctioneer sitting up there, and it's the auctioneer sitting on the floor. That's, when you're bidding. And then it's usually next to the auctioneer, or, somewhere it's either three to four lights. Some states it goes blue, red, yellow, green, and the blue is for the title issues. Like some states they'll do blue, and it'll be like, because the title is like branded or salvage, so it'll be blue. Here we got red, yellow. Red, green, yellow, and then we got a white light. That's like white. It'll be rare that a car runs on a white light. That's basically like a car that they went through the auction and they don't have any information on, so it's just on the white light. So if you want to buy it, you want to buy it. It's just like an specified vehicle. So let's get to it. Green light means that the car runs and drives. Like, the car is good to go. It doesn't have any major defects or wrong with the car. The seller who's selling the vehicle guarantees the car. So, the car runs and drives, is, ready to drive off and go for sale. Yellow light is a good gears light. That means they guarantee that the transmission is good and the rear end's good. They don't necessarily guarantee the motor's good, but a lot of times these dealers, we'll talk about that here in a second. And then red light is basically just as is, on green light, if there's anything wrong that you're finding with the vehicle, a lot of these auction rules is 1,500 is the minimum that the car has to be over. If it's not over 1,500, you can arbitrate it. So if it's something wrong with if it's something wrong with the car on a green light, you can arbitrate it easily. If it's something wrong on yellow light, like motor or something, besides the transmission or the rear end on the yellow light, is not. You can arbitrate it as long as you spend over 1,500. So it can't be just 1,500 total. It has to be like 1,550, 1,600 or something like that, 1,525 or something like that to get that arbitration. And red light, as is, no exception. No matter if you bought $20,000 vehicle, if you bought it on the red light, as is, it's yours. It's yours. You keep it. So this is stuff that you need to know, especially when you're buying cars. Especially if you dealers, you should know by now. If you're a person just selling on the street, thinking about getting into flipping cars, this is some helpful advice for you to know what lights you're buying these cars on, and what these lights mean. Because you go there, just go buy a car, and buy it like, oh man, I think I got a good deal, and it's on the red light, and then you go out there driving, transmission all jacked up, and you don't realize that you bought it on the red light. Now you out of that money, and we don't want that to happen to you. So green, like I said, green light guarantees that. Yellow light, vehicles that they won't let you arbitrate. Like, so if you go to the auction buying like a motorcycle, RV, or a boat, you can't arbitrate any of those vehicles. A lot of auctions don't let you arbitrate CVT transmissions, which those are mainly in like Nissan. So I don't understand the reason why for that, but that's just something that you guys should know. So if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the auction and buy this Nissan, and then I think because the CVT's transmission, or like the transmission, I believe it runs on a belt, so you don't really feel the shifting. So that's why I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's the reason. I'm not 100% sure, but most auctions don't let you arbitrate for a CVT transmission. Most auctions will not let you arbitrate for Jeep rear ends. So like Jeep rear ends and rear differentials, I guess they just assume that people are just always lifting their Jeeps and stuff like that. So you can't arbitrate any Jeeps for any rear end issues at most auctions. But this is also, go to any auction, make sure you get a list of stuff, what you can arbitrate. That's one thing you should always do before you just hop into the auction and go buy anything. A lot of times people just like, oh yeah, I got some money, I can just go buy some cars and start flipping. Now you want to know all these rules, because people always just assume that you go to the auction and you're going to get a better deal. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes you can go to the auction and you will get some good deals here and there, but it's not necessarily true that the best deals are at the auction. A lot of times the best deals are just that person that's selling their car outright, maybe because they have too many cars, maybe they're in financial trouble, or something. You find really better deals and a better car if you're buying it from somebody on the street, because you can check out a vehicle more when you're buying somebody's personal vehicle that's selling it private. Like, you can go there, you can bring somebody with you, can drive it, test drive it. You can bring somebody with you to the auction, but you're gonna only have maybe 5-6 minutes to check it out if you don't get there early. If you don't get there early, then you only have a couple minutes to check it out while it's in the lane, and you can't really get a gauge of a vehicle that quick. All you can do is try to listen for it, and that's really about it. But you can't arbitrate any vehicle that's on a red light, like I said. But this is all helpful stuff. Like, people, like the auction, it's okay. People just, you can't, I don't know why people just assume that it's just like so much of the best deal. I will tell you this about the auction and having a dealer's license. The dealer auctions are really basically, I would just say, basically you're paying to get your dealer's license to just have access to buy more vehicles at once. That's really the main thing about the auctions, because y'all see a lot of people making auction videos now, and y'all see the price of these cars are going more expensive than what people are selling them on the street for. So if you're just a private seller and you want to just start selling cars, I would just say look on Marketplace, write your list down, go check out those cars, man. Go resell those cars, because you'll get more money that way. Especially got a car with a little damage or something like that, that's a person selling for cheap. Boom, go get it, fix it up, turn around, resell it, make you some money. Paint job's not the best. If you know how to paint a car, go buy it, because the paint job's not the best. Then turn around and flip it. Like I said, the auction is really just you're paying for a dealer's license to basically just access a lot of cars at one time. Like, boom, you got the dealer's license. I go to the dealer only auction. They run 700 cars a week, so I have access to look at 700 cars that at that time. That's really just the main difference. You're really just basically paying. A dealer's license is really just paying for more access. You're just paying to access more cars at one time. That's all it is. You don't have the time. You don't have that time no more to go out there and look for a car, negotiate with somebody. You can just boom, get all your cars at once, go to the next auction, get all your cars. But if you're just out there privately selling cars, and you're maybe selling 2-3 cars a month, man, go buy them off the street. You'll basically have you'll get a better car. More than likely you get it for a better price. And that's just my information. A lot of people might be like, oh, you're just saying that. No, I'm not just saying that. Y'all can go back and watch my auction video. Y'all see that the price of this stuff is going way high. You got 97, 98 Tauruses selling at the auction for $1,200-1,300 bucks. 2001, 2003 Buick is going for $2,000 and stuff like that. It's crazy. You can buy that same Buick off the street for somebody probably for like $800. Put a little work into it and then make you $600-700 bucks. So I'm just giving you guys just information, just what these auction lights mean. So when you're at the auction, there's gonna be the auctioneer sitting up there and you pay attention to those lights, because and a lot of times the auctions, they do once you sign up for the auction, you like sign a waiver, and they're recording you. Like you're like, I don't know how exactly how they record, but I know it's something that's keeping track of you, that so you can't be just like, oh no, I didn't bid on that car, because I'm pretty sure like they have people at the auctions like paying attention to making sure you bid. So if you bid on the car, it's your car. They know who you are. Some auctions, like once you if you're a public and you bid on the car, they'll have just people hanging around, and as soon as you bid, they'll take you inside. Other auctions is different. But so when you buy this car, just make sure you pay attention to those lights. Y'all, I gave y'all this video, so don't act like I didn't tell you guys what's going on. So I'm trying to tell you guys, for people who's dealers, people who's private sellers, people who's first time coming to the auction, first time at the auction, make sure you get the arbitration rules, you get the rules, you get to see what the price is that I can arbitrate a vehicle. And you learn that before you just go in there raising your hand buying a car, because if you don't, you're just gonna go in there and lose out on some money, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. See you guys in tomorrow's video. It's Friday, so I'll be probably at the auction in El Reno. I gotta stop by, get my smoothie. But appreciate you guys. Peace out. Thank you. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.